Good morning. Oh, good afternoon, sorry. Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Today is Friday. We have our classes. Good afternoon. Well, today is June. Hello, friend. June the 5th. We have some homework. I remember that one of the homework was vocabulary and grammar review. Yes, vocabulary and grammar review on page number, what page? Page 94. So let's go to page 94. Let me go there a second. Page 94. This page. Last class we did the first part. I remember that we finished the word formation, adventure racing, and we answered this first exercise. The homework was the rest. Grammar, exercise 2, and exercise 3. Let's begin by checking exercise 2. Complete the sentences by reading the verb in brackets in the infinitive or verb plus ing form in the gaps. Because what we are studying in the aspect of grammar is when we use the infinitive and when we use the gerund, the ing form. And we study a list of verbs that are always followed by the infinitive, another list of verbs that can be followed by ing. Others can be followed by either infinitive with do or ing with no difference at all. On the other hand, there is a short group or a small group of verbs that are followed by infinitive or gerund, but the meaning is different. Right, and this exercise is dealing with that. Let's see if you did it correctly or not. I'm going to begin with number 1. Give me a minute. Let's go to the page here. Very good. So it says, complete the sentence by writing the verb in brackets in the infinitive or verb plus ing form in the gaps. And sentence number 1 is, can I suggest blank a break in about 10 minutes? The alternatives here are to take or taken. Can you write your answers in the chat for me to see it? Taking for Frankie. And the other people, taking for David. And for Anna is taking. Very good. Taking is the correct answer. Suggest ing. Suggest, in this case, taking. Did you manage blank in touch with her? To get or getting? What is your answer? Getting for Frank, to get for Anna, and to get for David. To get. Yes, to get. For Sylvia is to get. Very good. Did in touch with her? 3. To invite or inviting? To invite for Anna. Nope. And for Sylvia is to invite, for David to invite, for Frankie to invite. Excellent. To invite is the correct answer. Now let's go to number 5. He absolutely refuses blank anything to do with them. So it's to have or having. To have for Frankie, changing for Anna, changing David. Friends, we are I was referring to 5. Maybe I skipped number 4. I'm very sorry. Maybe I skipped, quizás me salté. Maybe I skipped number 4. So in number 4 is changing for Frank. I'm sorry, let's repeat 4. Can you repeat it? Changing for Frank and for the other people. Changing for David, changing for Anna. Yes, yes, very good, very good. Changing is correct in number 4. In number 5, to have or having. To have for David, to have for Frankie, to have for Anna. Yes, the infinitive is correct here, to have. Let's go to 6. He admitted to steal or stealing the money. Stealing for Anna, stealing for Frankie, stealing for Sylvia. Very good. Very good. Stealing. Now, number 7, he persuaded them finishing or to finish the job. To finish for Frank, to finish for Anna, and to finish for David. Very good. And for Sylvia is to finishing. Well, in number 7, the answer is to finish. He persuaded them to finish the job. 8, I expect to become, or I expect becoming very rich one day. For Anna to become, Sylvia to become, David to become, and Frank to become. To become is correct. 9, I really don't mind to work, or I really don't mind working. Working David, working Anna, working Frank, and Sylvia, working. Yes, correct, working. 10, it's not good to ask, it's not good asking him anything. He's really unhelpful. What is the answer? For Frank is to ask. For Anna is asking. David is to ask. Asking for Sylvia, and the answer is asking. It's not good asking him anything. 11, Toya enjoys to work. Toya enjoys working in an internet cafe. Working Sylvia, working Frank, working David. Yes, yes, and Anna working, correct. Everybody's correct. Working. 12, it's not worth to spend or spending. Spending for Sylvia, and for Anna is spending, and David to spend, and Frank to spend. The answer is spending. Spending. We have two expressions in number 10 and in number 12. In number 10 is it's no good, ing. In number 12, it's not worth, ing. Now, number 3, complete the second sentence in each question so that it has a similar meaning to the first sentence, etc., etc. Well, you know the instructions because we repeat this exercise constantly. Number 1, you can't go skydiving until you are 18 years old, and you have to use allowed. People under 18, what? People under 18 blank skydiving. What could be the answer here? Are not allowed to go. David, aren't allowed to go. Sylvia, are not allowed to go. Frankie Boy, Anna Lozano, aren't allowed. Well, Anna, this is incomplete. The complete answer is not, or the contraction aren't, allowed to go. And Cambridge gives you 1 mark for aren't allowed and the other mark for to go, right? So if you write only aren't allowed, you get only 1 mark. Number 2, he didn't want to get sunburnt, so he stayed in the shade. And you have to use avoid. He stayed in the shade, blank, sunburned. What did you write? To avoid getting Sylvia. To avoid getting David. So he avoid getting Anna. Because he avoid getting Frankie Boy. Well, the answer is he stayed in the shade to avoid 1 mark, getting the second mark. He stayed in the shade to avoid getting sunburned. 3, Paola hates windsurfing when the weather is cold, and you have to use bear. Paola blank when the weather is cold. What is the answer? Doesn't bear windsurfing for David. doesn't bear windsurfing for Frankie. Anna can't bear windsurfing. Okay. The answer according to Cambridge is Paola can't bear 1 mark, windsurfing the 2nd mark. Can't bear windsurfing. 4. Could you please turn your mobile phone off? You have to use mind. Would blank your mobile phone off? What did you copy in the blank? Do you mind to turn, Sylvia? Do you mind turning, David? Do you mind turning, Anna? Very good. The answer according is very similar to your answer. Would you mind? You mind 1 mark turning the 2nd mark. Would you mind turning your mobile phone off? 5. You might have an accident if you don't take all the safety precautions, and you have to use risk. If you don't take all the safety precautions, blank an accident. You may risk having, this is Sylvia. You will risk to get, this is David. You may risk having, Anna. And Frank, you getting risk to have. Well, no. The answer is very similar to the other people. If you don't take all the safety precautions, you risk 1 mark. You may risk, acceptable, 1 mark, having 2nd mark. You may risk having an accident. The weather is so wet that it's not worth going for a walk today. And you have to use point. So something similar to is not worth. For David, it is no point going. For Sylvia, no point going. For Frank, no point to go. And for Anna, little point going. Yes, the answer is the weather is so wet that there is no point, or little point, acceptable, going, the 2nd mark. The weather is so wet that there is no point. You can use in if you want. No point in, acceptable. There is no point in going for a walk. Some people usually use instead of no, some people use little, and this is good also. For example, the weather is so wet that there is little point in going. Little point going, because the in is, what is the name? It is your choice. You can use it or not. Friends, let me talk about this exercise, the homework. It is extremely important because in every exercise the book is using as homework, they are giving you the tricks, the keys of the answers of the exams, because they repeat the same tricks, in the exam. The problem I notice is that sometimes we make a mistake in 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 of these items, and we don't pay attention. So it is possible that we repeat the same mistake again and again and again. The idea is that if my answer is right, it's because I know it. No problem with that. Good. But if I have a problem in 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, I have to insist on those 3 or 4 items I did incorrectly, because if I don't insist, if I don't check it out, I am maybe taking the chance of repeating the same mistake in the exams. Well, now let's go to business. The other part of the homework was a speaking test. Let's go to page number 82, page 82 in your books, because there we have the speaking part of unit number 7, page 82. Here we are. The teacher says, I'd like you to imagine that a town wants young people to spend their free time in ways which are useful for them. Here are some ideas that they are thinking about and a question for you to discuss. Talk to each other about how these ideas would provide useful ways for young people to spend their free time. And the teacher gives you the paper. In the paper, you have the diagram. Central question, how would this idea provide useful ways for young people to spend their free time? And then you have the 5 ideas around. Building a sports center and gym, running adventure sports weekends, starting a cinema and theater club, providing a library, organizing trips abroad. These are the 5 aspects. So let's begin the exam. Imagine that you are in the real exam, right? And the teacher points at you. In this case, it would be Frank and Anna. Frank and Anna are taking the exam. Are you ready, Frank?
Yes.
And you, Anna?
Yes.
Excellent. Very good. I'm going to control the time, right? It is 2 minutes. Friends, don't speak too much, right? Don't dedicate too much time to only one of the aspects, because if you dedicate too much time to one aspect, you don't finish the 5 ideas. So you have to be careful with this. The procedure normally, Frank and Anna, is that imagine that I begin. Shall I start? Yes. So I start. And then I select one of the topics I consider easy, maybe. And then I begin speaking, but not much, because the idea is that I say something. My idea of, for example, imagine that I begin with organizing trips abroad. Imagine that I select that. I have to tell my classmate my opinion about how these organizing trips abroad could be useful for young people to spend their free time. Then, but I don't speak much. I speak something about that, and I ask the opinion of the other student. I pass the word to the other student. The other student is going to say something briefly, brief, and the other student is going to pass to building a sports center and gym, how useful this idea is for young people to spend their free time, briefly, and then I ask the opinion of my friend. My friend is going to continue speaking about this briefly, very briefly, because the responsibility of my friend is to move on to the other topic, running adventure sports weekends. When he speaks about this briefly, he passes the word to me. Do you agree? What's your opinion? And then I say something, if possible, not always possible, but if possible, if I don't know what else to say, remember the strategy. I totally agree with you, friend. And then I move on to the next topic, because 2 minutes, dear students, 2 minutes is not much. And if I speak too much, I never finish. If I don't finish, my possibilities of passing this exam are minimum, right? So,
Right.
very good, friends. Frank and Anna, 1, 2, 3, begin.
I start.
Yeah.
Uh,
Excuse me. Low the voice.
Yes, I can't hear you, Frank.
Better.
Uh,
No, not much.
Microphone is bad.
Anna, can you hear?
more or less.
I hear Anna very well, but Frank, I don't hear you very well.
I don't have another microphone.
No, but I hear you better now.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, then let's go.
1, 2, 3.
Ana, shall I start?
Yes, I start the speaking.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. Good afternoon. I'm going to talk about young people spend their free time. Nowadays, I think that there are a wide variety of useful ways. One of them can be doing a sport. If you feel like running a race, maybe you will enjoy training adventure sports such as rock climbing. It seems very exciting, although it could end up being dangerous if you didn't take the right protection measures. On the other hand, if you
Too
want
much,
to,
Anna. No, no,
yeah,
no.
no,
No, no, no. No, no, no. It is not a dissertation. You don't have to speak so much.
it's conversation.
It is a conversation.
And yes, do you think about adventure sport?
No, no,
No.
no. You have 5 ideas, you see? The 5 ideas are building a sports center and gym, running adventure sports weekend, starting a cinema and a theater club, providing a library, organizing trips abroad, and you and Frank have to speak about the 5 aspects in 2 minutes. So you can't speak so much. Say something briefly about how useful running adventure sports weekends are for young people or not, but briefly, one idea, and then pass the word to Frank.
Okay. Young people spend their free time in of a wide variety of useful ways. For example, doing a sport, or organizing a trip abroad, or go the library and reading. And do you think about the different ways of spend their free time?
Stop. Because Anna doesn't have the idea of the exam. The idea is one topic, I speak, Frank speak. Second topic, Frank speaks, I speak. Third topic, I speak, Frank, can we do it together, you and me?
Yes, perfect.
Anna,
Yes.
Anna, pay
Okay.
attention. Pay
Thank
attention.
you. Okay.
Okay, Frankie, do you want to start, friend?
Perfect. I start.
Yes. 1, 2, 3.
I start with running adventure sports weekend because good idea to stay in the same place for 3 days because it's a long competition and you can a lot of sport. For example, running, climbing, cycling, a lot of things. What do you think?
I totally agree with you. The problem maybe is that it is a weekend and not always parents allow children to spend weekend out of the house. On the other hand, starting a cinema and theater club could be very beneficial for young people, principally the young people and teenagers who don't like sports. Don't you think so?
Yes, yes, it's a good idea. Change the sport for another thing like cinema theater club. And what do you think about providing library? Because it's for me it's more difficult because you need an external help to provide you go with books or something.
Yes. Besides, maybe there are more libraries in the city, and I think young people don't like libraries so much.
Yes, yes,
However, organizing trips abroad Imagine young people going to another city, etc. It would be exciting, don't you think so?
Yes, because young people like to travel to another countries or in the same country to uh, describe some place that like.
Well, we didn't finish.
Wow, shit.
We didn't finish. We didn't finish. We didn't speak about building a sports center and gym. We cannot speak so much. See that, friends? That is the importance of practicing in class, because this is the moment when you realize and say, my God, I have to speak less. Not to speak more, by the contrary, I have to speak less. I have to organize the ideas. I have to say something briefly and to give the other person the opportunity of saying something. Because if we don't follow this procedure, we never finish. Okay? Anyway, we almost did it, Frankie. Silvia? Silvia?
Yes.
Silvia. Listen, Silvia, can we take the exam?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Well, Silvia, I'm going to do it with you, Silvia, right?
Okay.
Because I don't know if maybe, well, wait a minute. David, can you take the exam? Can you take the exam with Silvia?
Yes, I can try.
Excellent. Silvia, you are going to take the exam with David? Yes? Remember what happened to Frankie and me. You cannot speak too much, right? You have to be brief and give an opportunity to the other person to speak. The other person is going to speak briefly and gives me a chance to me for speaking, etc. Well, let's begin. One.
Shall I?
Yes. So Silvia wants to begin. David, is that okay?
Yes, of course.
Okay. Well, Silvia, remember, shall I start and immediately begin? 1, 2, 3.
Shall I start? First, I think that organizing trips abroad is a very good way to spend time because you make an incredible journey that remembers the rest of their life. Do you agree?
Yes, I agree, but it's a difficult way for many people because it's expensive, you know. Then there are many other things, many other ways to have to free time for young people. For example, building a sports center and gym. They can do exercise then. What do you think about this?
I think that you do very sport and it's very beneficial for health.
Move on, Silvia. Move on to the next.
Okay. But I think that running adventurous sport weekend is the best form that you do exercise.
Yes, I agree. I agree with you. As I said before, there are many different ways, but in this case, it's only for weekend. People must thinking about different ways because there are many days. There are 5 days more. For
Yeah,
example,
ask
starting at
opinion. Ask opinion. Don't speak too much. Ask opinion.
uh, sorry, for example, another thing is starting a cinema and theater club.
Okay.
What?
Yes, the cinema and theatre club is a great way to have fun, but to yourself and to the possible public that you can have. But most of the students prefer providing a like that.
Well, we cannot speak so much. We cannot speak so much. Imagine that, friends. You have to speak less. An advice, David. In the Running Adventure Sports Weekend, in this segment, you spoke about that and you didn't give a chance for Sylvia to speak.
Yes.
So you spoke about running adventure sports weekend and then you move on, but you never asked the opinion of Sylvia. See that?
Yes.
Never do that in the exams because you receive penalties, right?
Okay, thank you.
If you are the first person speaking about a topic, you always have to give a chance to the other student to say something.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay,
Well,
okay.
friends, maybe you don't feel how satisfied with the result of this, but this is practice. If we don't practice and make mistakes and overcome the mistakes and rectify the mistakes and repeat again the exam and practice again and make mistakes again, but the teacher corrects me and I understand and I overcome the mistakes. If we don't do this every certain period of time, I am not preparing you for the exams. So I know how stressful these practices are, but I want you to understand how necessary they are, right? So excuse me if every 4 or 5 lessons you have to take the exam again and again and again, but I need you to understand that this is necessary, okay? Well, friends, let's stop the speaking. The results were not good today. I hope that next time will be better. But I want you to remember this. This is the part 3 in all your future English exams. Because now you are studying first certificate in English, but one day you will need to study the advanced C1, and it is the same. The procedure is similar. Part number 1 in the speaking is going to be personal questions. Part number 2 are going to be pictures that you have to compare and contrast. Part number 3 are going to be always conversations about a topic with 5 ideas. And in 2 minutes, you have to finish the conversation about the 5 ideas. So you see, we need to practice and practice. But now let's change the topic, because if we don't change the topic now, the class can be very boring. Let's prepare you, because this is the end of unit number 7. Today, my intention is to begin unit number 8. And remember that at the end of unit number 8, we have another mock test. And the result of the previous mock test were not very, very good. So this time, you need to pass the mock test. Every time you pass one of my examinations, you are closer to the real examination. You are very well prepared. So let's see what happens at the end of unit number 8. Today I want to practice use of English, similar to the exam, use of English part 1. So I'm going to attach to the chat one example of use of English examination part 1. Remember that part 1, use of English part 1 in the exams is always a text with the spaces in blank, but they give you options A, B, C, or D. This is the typical use of English examination part 1. I'm going to attach, give me a second. I want to attach one example of exam, use of English part 1. Where is it? Here. In the chat, we have the first part. Sorry. And now I'm going to attach the second. This is the typical use of English exam part 1. They give you a text with spaces in blank, Every answer has a value of 1 mark, and you have to select. Give me a second. You have to select here in the second paper if you consider that A, B, C, or D is the best choice. I'm going to send this examination to your WhatsApp group so you have it in your mobile phone. Give me a second. You can begin if you want. Maria, finished? And David and Anna and Frankie Boy. Very good. Let's check this. Desperate to go to school. Truancy has become, well, truancy is a very good word, you know. Truancy happens in school when students don't attend to class. That is truancy, is to be absent. Truancy has become a serious problem in many schools in recent years. In an attempt to tackle this problem, one school introduced a new scheme to, what is the letter in number one for you? A, B, C, or D? C for Anna, C for David, C for Frankie, and for Maria is letter C. Yes, C is correct. I repeat, a new scheme to encourage students to attend as many classes as possible. Pupils who, number two, A, B, C, or D? C for David, C, A for Frank, C for Anna. And Maria? Okay, C is correct, achieved. Pupils who achieved a 100% attendance record throughout the whole academic year were number three, A, B, C, or D? A for Maria, A for David, A for Anna. And what about Silvia? Silvia, what's your opinion in number three? A is correct, rewarded. Were rewarded with an all-inclusive weekend school blank. Number four, A, B, C, or D in number four? B for Maria, B for Frankie, B for Silvia, B for Anna, and for David is B. Yes, friends, congratulations. B, trip, school trip to an activity center where they would be able to have a go at 5, A, B, C, or D in 5. B for Maria, C for Anna, B for David, A for Frankie, and B for Silvia. The answer is B, friends. B, outdoor. To have a go at outdoor activities such as climbing, abseiling, and whitewater rafting. One student was so sick, A, B, C, or D? C for David, A for Maria, C for Frankie, C for Anna, and A for Silvia. Well, no, friends. In number 6 is D, keen. One student was so keen to qualify for this free weekend away that he even went to school with a broken wrist. He hurt his wrist when he fell his bike. Number 7, letter B for Anna, B for David, B for Frankie. Maria, B, Silvia, B. Well, friends, everybody, it is not B, it is letter C, fell off, caerse de, fell off his bike on the way to school, but he was so worried about 8. He was so worried about what? A, B, C, or D in 8? D for Frankie, B for David, B for Maria. For Anna is B. Well, the answer is, for Silvia is B, correct. B, maintaining. Worried about maintaining his 100% attendance that he didn't 9. He didn't A, B, C, D. In number 9. A for David, D for Maria, C for Frankie. And for Anna is A, and for Sylvia is D. We have all the options. Oh my God. Well, the answer is A. A, friends. In number 9 is A. He didn't tell his teachers or parents until the school day had finished. He, number 10, A for David, A for Anna, B for Frankie Boy. For Sylvia is A, for Maria is D, and Maria is correct. It's letter D. He eventually admitted, eventually, al final. It's a synonym of at the end. Eventually, he eventually admitted to his mother what had happened when she 11, A, B, C, or D, 11. D for David, C for Frankie, D for Maria. What about Sylvia? What about Anna? Anna D, Sylvia D. D is correct. Noticed. When she noticed that he was having difficulty eating his dinner and asked him what was wrong, she took him to hospital that night, where they put his arm in plaster, and he was able to go back to school the next day. Fortunately, he was fully number 12, A, B, C, or D. A for David, B for Sylvia, D for Frankie, and for Anna, for Maria A, and for Anna A. Well, A is correct, recovered. He was fully recovered from his accident in time to go on the trip. Good, good exercise. And now, please, in secret, self-evaluate your work. Observe that they are, let me count, they are 1, 2, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They are 12, right? So you need 7 to pass. You need 7 correct answers, 7 correct letters to pass this evaluation. If you pass, feel satisfied. If you don't have 6, you have less, try to study the mistakes. Learn from your mistakes. This is what we have to do. We began the class with speaking. Now this is use of English. And now we are going to practice listening. Let's practice some listening. This is very necessary for you to feel that you are training and training every Friday. To feel that you are preparing for the exam consciously. The listening exercise is not in the book, so I'm going to attach this listening to the chat. Give me a sec. This is the typical exam of listening part 1. Normally in the listening part 1, you listen to different conversations and you have to select A, B, or C. I'm going to give you 1 minute before listening for you to read the 8 questions and their answers, because maybe you need to use the translators, right? So take advantage, aprovechen, take advantage of this minute. well, this is it. But maybe you need a repetition, I don't know. That's why I sent this recording to your WhatsApp group. You have the text and you have the recording. I don't know. I will give you 1 extra minute for you to check your answers using your mobile phones, right? When you finish, please send me a message. Maria, finished? Sylvia finished. Frankie boy finished. Listening is one of the most difficult part of the exam. Let's see if we can pass this imaginary evaluation. Anna finished. There are 8. You see, there are 8 questions. You need 5 correct answers to pass it. So in secret, evaluate your work. Listen, in number 1, you hear a woman talking about her pet. What's the problem with the pet? A, B, or C? What's your opinion? For Frank, it's C. And for David, it's C. And for Maria, the same, C. Sylvia, C. And Anna, C. Excellent. Yes, you have 1 mark. You have 1 correct answer because C, it's noisy, is the correct answer. Let's go to 2. You hear someone talking about their job. What do they do? A, B, or C? Opinions. In number 2, A for Maria, and for Frankie is B, for David is A, for Sylvia is C, and for Anna is A. Friends, A is the correct answer, a nurse. Some people have 2 marks already. 3, you hear a man talking on the radio about a local school. Why is the school being pulled down? A, B, or C? Number 3, opinions. C for Maria, B for David, B for Anna. For Sylvia is C, for Frankie is A, and the answer is B. Number 3, B. It has become dangerous. Now, number 4, you hear someone talking about a famous actor. How does she know him? A, B, or C? Number 4, C for David, B for Sylvia, C for Frankie, C for Maria, and for Anna is letter C. Yes, C, C. They went to school together. 5, you hear someone ordering a meal in a restaurant. Which dish doesn't have salad included? A, B, or C? Number 5, B for David, B for Maria, B for Sylvia, and for Anna is B. Yes, congratulations. And for Frankie, B is the answer, the fish and chips. 6, you hear a tour guide talking to a group of visitors in a gallery. What does he tell them about the gallery? A, B, or C? Number 6, B for David, A for Maria, A for Sylvia. For Frankie boy is C, and for Anna is C. The answer is B. It's advisable just to visit one section of it. 6B. 7, you hear a television weather forecast. What's the weather going to be like today in the east of the country? A, B, or C? 7, A for David, A for Sylvia, A for Anna. For Frankie boy is B. And for Maria is A. The answer is A. 7A, rainy. 8. You hear a girl talking to her mother. Why does she want her mother's hat? A, B, or C? B, no, A for Frankie, B for Maria, B for Anna. For Sylvia is B, for David is A. The answer is B. It's fashionable. So the answers are 1C, 2A, 3B, 4C, 5B, 6B, 7A, and 8B. Congratulations, the people who have 5 correct answers, because you are passing this imaginary exam. Thank you for the effort. And now let's go in the student's book to page 84, please. Page 84, Dream of the Star. Dream of the Star. This is the topic of unit number 8. The topic is how to speak about films, theater, the vocabulary we use to speak about the famous artists. How can we produce a good conversation speaking about actors, actresses, performers, theater, plays, etc., etc. This is the topic of unit number 8. Why? Because one possible question in your exams with Cambridge is about actors, actresses, theater, cinema, films, Hollywood. See? So the vocabulary is essential in order to be able to speak about the topic. Dream of the Star, unit number 8, page 84. It begins with pictures. 1, 2, 3, 4 pictures. The question is, why do you think that the girl in picture number 1 became famous? Why did she become famous? Do you think that she's an artist? Do you think that she's an actress or a what? A famous singer? What's your opinion, Frankie?
The picture of the top, no?
Yes?
Okay.
I can't hear you.
The girl is famous because he won a medal
Yes.
For her country.
Sport. Yes.
Sí, for Canada.
Yes. Canada, exactly. Yes, she won the gold medal in the, what is the name? Ice skate, I think. No, it's hockey. Hockey on ice.
Ice hockey.
Yes, Canada is famous in that sport. And this was the moment when she and her team, maybe the national team, won the gold medal in the Olympics. It was fabulous. Many people become famous in sport. Like the second picture, you see, this is a famous football player in Brazil. And that was the day when he and his team, Brazil, won the, I don't know the name of that. I know nothing about football. What is the name of that?
World Championship.
Aha, the World Championship. But what is the name of this prize? Do you know the name of the prize? El premio, ¿cómo se llama?
The World Cup.
Aha, maybe the World Cup, maybe, yes, Frank. So imagine that moment, how happy these people can be and how famous they become. In the other picture, you can see two famous actors, Meryl Streep and Colin Firth. And Meryl Streep is given the Oscar to Colin Firth. They are actor and actress, Many people are famous working as actors and actresses. Yes, many, many. And you know, because we see a lot of films and series and things. Finally, these two kids are famous not for acting, not for sport, for singing. I don't remember the name of these kids. Do you remember? My God. I don't remember the name of these two. I think they are brothers or something, but I don't remember the name. Anyway, there are people who become stars in sport, in acting, in singing, or sometimes in architecture. Other people become very, very famous writers, writing novels and books, you know. So that's why the topic is the dream of the stars, people who dreams of being stars. Another question is, what do you think is the difference between an actor or actress and a sport person dealing with the money they receive? Who do you think can get more money, a famous sport person, a famous footballer, a famous basketball player, or actors and actresses? Who do you think earn more money? What's your opinion, Silvia?
My opinion is the person who earn more money is a footballer.
The footballer.
Yes.
Footballer. Yes, yes. Good footballers earn a lot of money. Yes, yes. I don't know the artist, but I think they earn a lot of money too. What's your opinion about this, Maria? Who do you think earns more money, actors, actresses, or sport people?
I agree with her. I think the person who earns more money is the football player, but I think maybe actor could more money in a lot of years.
Yes, yes, maybe. I don't know. We don't know. We don't know because we don't know how much money they make. But sometimes I read the magazines and say, for example, Robert De Niro got, I don't know, $10 million for working in that film. And I think, my God, 10 millions. How much? But I don't know how much millions footballers make. Also depends on how famous and how good they are. Yes or no? Because there are many actors in Hollywood who are not very rich. And there are footballers who are not very rich. So it depends on the league that you are playing, how good you are, etc. And who do you think needs more preparation? The sports people, famous sport people, or famous actors and actresses? Who needs more preparation and training?
Famous actor and actress.
Who needs more preparation? Maria, what's your opinion?
I think in general the sport person need more preparation because they have to training every day,
Yes,
while the actor maybe could study for a film during a 4 months ban after we have inglés.
yes, yes, yes. I agree with you, Sylvia. Yes, athletes and Sport people have to train, as you said, every day in their lives, constantly. Yes, because if not, they are not good. There are others that can be better than them. And the other question is the length of the career. Who do you think have a longer career? Who do you think have a longer career?
I think the actor could be a longer career because sometimes one actor could begin acting very young after they are older.
Yes, yes. Look at Robert De Niro, for example. Look at Meryl Streep. They are not young people and they continue working. But in the case of the sports people, sometimes you hear on the radio a famous footballer, for example, is retiring. And the man has only 30 years old or 32 years old. But he's retiring. He can't continue playing with the same intensity that he was doing the years before. And he's a young person, 35, 36, but they are old for the sport. Yes. Now, this is the last question I'm going to ask you. Listen, which do you think are the advantages of being famous? Advantages of being famous. Think of that. This is the moment of speaking, right? I am asking you because I need you to speak. What are the advantages of being very famous?
The main advantages is in general you can do what you think. For example, if you like acting, you are actor, or if you like sport, you are a football player. And if you are a star and if you are very famous, is probably you earn a lot of money.
Yes, exactly that. Yes, when you are famous, your salary is different to the rest of the people. Always. Yes? So this is the advantage. You have a better salary. You can do things other people can't. Everybody respect to your opinion, etc. And the disadvantages, can you speak about the disadvantages of being very famous?
For me, the main disadvantages if you don't have a privacy. If you
Yes,
are in a new city or in a beach, is a lot of people you watching and you are know for this person.
yes, exactly, Sylvia. You don't have privacy. Imagine, Sylvia, that you are very, very famous. So when you arrive,
Sorry, Ellie, I don't have Silvia. Soy Maria.
really? Oh my
Really?
God. Oh my God. Sorry. I don't recognize your voices, Maria. Sorry, sorry, friend. Well, Maria, imagine that you are very famous and anytime you arrive to your house, the rest of the neighbors and people you don't know are asking you to allow them to take a selfie with you. They are asking you your autograph, huh? And asking you questions. Maria, is that good or bad?
I think it's very bad because if you never be alone,
But Maria, maybe it's good because you can have 7 or 8 boyfriends.
maybe I don't know.
But yes, But it is not a good idea that everybody is asking you a minute to talk to you. Everybody wants to take a photo of you or the autograph. My God, it must be terrible. And that is one of the most awful disadvantage of being very famous. Everybody wants to introduce the nose into your business. You don't have privacy, as you said. Being famous is not always good. Many people would like to be famous, right? But in reality, I don't know. If you ask me, hey teacher, what do you prefer, having money or being famous? I would take the money. I don't want people to know my name and everybody asking me about my life or, you know, trying to know about or gossiping about my problems. It would be terrible for me. Well, let's see the vocabulary of this unit. Please, friends, let's go to page 80. What page 80? I think it's 87. Give me a chance. No, 6. 86. Page 86, vocabulary, word collocation with ambition, career, experience, and job. Ambition, career, experience, and job. Because they are going to use these words a lot in all the listening, in all the reading during the unit. It says, exercise 1, complete this extract from reading and use of English part 7 by writing a word or phrase from the box. They give you a list of expressions in the box. For example, achieve, gain, offer, pursue, turn it down. So you have to select one of them in the correct form. Please, Frankie, Sylvia, Anna, David, and Maria, in the correct form. It means that it sometimes is in past or something like that. I'm going to give you 1 minute. When you finish, send me a message. Vocabulary exercise 1. Friends, we have some microphones on. Switch off the microphones, please. Maria, finished? David, finished? And Anna, finished? Very good. Well, listen. It was only in his second year of a primary teaching degree at Edinburgh University that he decided to pursue a career as an actor. If you want to achieve your ambitions as a young actor, you've got to go where the work is. If I'm offered, if I am offered a job down in London, there's no way I'd ever be able to turn it down. Turn it down is to reject, to say, no, 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 this is to turn it down. And we've been able to gain some experience with TV as well as stage acting, which has been great. Now the second exercise. Complete these groups of collocation by writing an ambition, a career, experience, or a job in the gaps. Right, collocations. Let me explain this. Friends, sometimes we think in Spanish and we say, well, the verb have is adequate. And it results that English people don't use have in that situation. They call it collocation. Think of the verb hacer in Spanish, hacer. In English is do or make. And English people use make in some collocations, and English people use do in other collocation. That's why we say do the homework, yes, but make the bed. See that? Because they are collocation. Well, listen, number one, gain. ¿Qué usamos con ganar? Con gain, experience. Get, obtener, experience. Have, tener, experience. And lack, carecer de, no tener, experience. So in the blank, you copy experience. Number two, apply for, yes? Silvia? Okay, let's continue. Apply for is, Silvia, switch off the microphone, please. Good. Well, apply for is solicitar. Apply for a job. Solicitar un empleo. Find, you know, find a job. Leave, dejar, a job. Look for, buscar, a job. Offer, ofrecer, a job. Turn down, rechazar, a job. So, number two, in the blank, a job. These are collocations. Now, number three, abandon a career. You don't abandon a job, even when abandoned. And leave are synonyms, but you leave a job and you abandon a career. You build a career. Construir una profesión, una carrera. Launch, despegar una carrera. Launch a career. Make a career. Well, you know, make. Pursue es cursar a career. Start out on es comenzar en una carrera. Comenzar en, start out on a career. These are collocations with a career, number three. And now in number four, abandon an ambition. So you can abandon a career and you can abandon an ambition, but you never abandon a job. Observe that. Abandon an ambition, achieve, lograr, alcanzar, achieve. An ambition, fulfill, cumplir. An ambition, have, you know, realize, realizar. See that? And you have to study this as everybody studied this, as the teacher studied this when the teacher was your age or maybe younger, by memory. By memory. In English we say by heart. Huh? And you think, eso es romántico de corazón. No, by heart is de memoria. Now, in exercise number 3, you have to use the collocations, right? It says, complete Dean's story by writing a verb form. Exercise 2, the collocations. In the correct form, again, in the correct form, present, past, ed, ing. For some gaps, more than one answer may be possible. Yes, sometimes you can use one or other. Okay, well, we have only 3 minutes to finish, so in 3 minutes, I'm going to check this exercise. Sylvia finished? And we need to finish because of the time, right? David finished. I'm going to give you the answers for everybody. Listen to the answers. Very good. Maria finished, Anna finished, David finished, Sylvia finished. Okay, listen, my friends. In number 1, you can use make or pursue. Both acceptable. In number 2, achieve or fulfill. Acceptable both. In number 3, gain or get. Very good. In number 4, find or apply for and look for is acceptable too in number 4. In 5, only one, build. In number 6, only one, offers with S, offers. And in number 7, launches. Launch ending in ES, lounges. And we have to stop here, friends, because of the time. The homework is in the WhatsApp group. Check it out. Please tell me if you received the homework or not.
Yes.
Yes? Excellent.
Yes.
Thank you, Frankie boy. Thank you very much, friends. This is the end of the class today. You have 2 homeworks. Observe, they are 2 because we don't have classes in a week. I need this time. Thank you for your contribution. Thank you for your help. See you next Friday. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Jerry.
Bye, Jerry. Thank you.
Thank you, friends.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
Jerry.
Have a
Bye.
nice weekend.
Thank you.
The same to you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.